On Tuesday, 5:30 in the afternoon, on the 1st of October 2024, Iran conducted an airstrike on Israeli soil using about 200 to 300 missiles. The intense airstrikes conducted by Iran was dubbed Operation True Promise 2. Now, it is reported that about 180 missiles actually hit their target, right? Which brings the percentage of successful targeted areas to about 90%, according to Iranian sources. It is further reported that extensive damage had been recorded, particularly on military sites and intelligence agency sites. Now, about 4 military sites were targeted, namely the Nevatim Air Base, which you find in the southern parts of Israel, which particularly hosts the F-35 fighter jet. Number two, an airbase at Herzliya was also targeted by the airstrikes, which is believed to also host the F-35 fighter jets. Number three, the Ayalon Mall, which you find in Tel Aviv, was also targeted. Also, the airstrikes and the places targeted also include an area known as the Gendera area, particularly hitting a Shalmva Chabad school. It is also reported that the Arrow 2 air defense system and the David Sling, particularly specializing in intercepting medium-range ballistic missiles, were used to intercept about 10% of the airstrikes. Now, when it comes to the amount of F-35 fighter jets that had been actually damaged or destroyed, the number is quite unclear. I've seen reports that saying about 20 F-35s fighter jets have been destroyed, but others say there had been about 40 to 50 F-35 jets that has been destroyed. So in this regard, it's quite unclear. Now, as we can recall, the last time Iran sent a barrage of rockets and missiles into Israeli territory was back in April, right? As a response to the attack of the embassy, right, in Syria and killing of a number of military commanders that belong to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. Now, in the attack, specifically in April, a number of different rockets and missiles, including drones, were used. But in this particular airstrike or air attack by the Iranian regime, it is believed that Irani only used ballistic missiles, particularly medium-range ballistic missiles. Now, it is believed that there were specifically 3 types of medium-range ballistic missiles that the Iranian regime used, right? The first one is known as the Ghadr 110, right? Or the Ghadr 110, which was specifically also given to the Hezbollah paramilitary group to particularly target Tel Aviv after a number of Hezbollah leaders were killed. Now, the second type of medium-range ballistic missiles that was used is known as the Emad ballistic missile. The third type of ballistic missile which was used in this air attack is specifically a hypersonic ballistic missile. It is a medium-range ballistic missile known as the Fattah 2. Now, this particular airstrike, right, conducted by Iran over Israeli soil, right, is believed to be have conducted for two reasons. The first one is the main reason for the killing of um, the head of Hezbollah, the General Secretary Hassan uh, Nasrallah, right, who was killed in an airstrike on the 27th of September 2024. Number two, these airstrikes, particularly from Iran onto the Israeli soil, right, was also conducted on the backdrop of the initial um, ground offensive or ground invasion conducted by the IDF on the southern parts of Lebanon, right? Now, Israel claimed that these ground invasions, particularly targeting South Lebanon, they dubbed them a limited, localized, targeted invasion. Now, the Gander one or the Kandar one, right, is basically an improved variant of the Shabbat 3, right, medium range missile, right, which is particularly a ballistic missile. It is a two-stage missile in which the first stage basically uses liquid fuel and the second stage uses solid fuel propulsion. Now, there are three types of Gander or Ghadr 1 medium range ballistic missiles that you find. The first one is known as the Gander or the Ghadr S, right, which has a range of 1,350 kilometers, and it has the ability to carry a warhead, an explosive warhead that weighs about 650 kilograms. The second type of Gander or Ghadr um, medium range ballistic missile is basically known as the Gander H, right? Which has a range of about 1,650 kilometers. It also has the ability to carry an explosive warhead of about 650 kilograms. I think I mentioned the range as kilograms. I meant 1,650 kilometers. And the third type of Gander or Ghadr 1 medium range ballistic missile has that has a range of about 1,950 kilometers and can carry a warhead, an explosive warhead that weighs about 650 kilograms, is known as the Gander F, right? Emad medium range ballistic missile is basically an improved version of the Ghadr 1 ballistic missile, right? It has an improved guidance system and an increase in accuracy in its targeting abilities. It uses a liquid fuel propulsion system, and it is the first precision guided missile, ballistic missile, that you find in the Iranian arsenal. This missile, ballistic missile, has a range of about 1,700 kilometers. The ballistic missile has a length of about 15.5 meters. This missile has a total mass of about 1,750 kilograms, and it has a accuracy targeting range of about 50 meters. The Fattah 1 missile is fundamentally a hypersonic missile that falls under the category of it being a medium range ballistic missile. It is also classified as a precision guided missile that has a two-stage rocket that fundamentally uses a solid fuel for propulsion, right? The Fattah 1 hypersonic missile has a range of about 1,400 kilometers, and it is believed to have a speed of between Mach 13 to about Mach 15. When we speak of Mach 13, we speak of speeds that go up to about 16,000 kilometers per hour. And when we speak about Mach 15, we speak of speeds that go at a distance of about 18,600 kilometers per hour. So it travels at a speed of about 6 times the speed of sound. The Fattah 1 was released and launched in June of 2023. It can fundamentally carry a warhead that has a weight between 350 kilograms and 450 kilograms.